Hello class 6 students, I am Monica Bajaj, your science teacher, and today we will discuss about your chapter number 2, Know the Food You Eat. We love to eat variety of food items in our meals. Food is the basic necessity of life. It provides us energy to grow, protect us from diseases and help us to stay healthy. In fact, such varieties are required by our body itself. Let us see how the variety of food fulfills all our requirements. Let's see an extra mile. The food eaten at a particular time of the day is called a meal. Components of foods. The foods that we eat consist of different components. These are called nutrients. Nutrients are in fact chemical substances present in the food which provide us energy and materials needed by the body. 7 components are present in the food. These are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, fiber and water. Certain type of food contain only one nutrient. Example, sugar contains carbohydrates. Other types of food may be rich in one particular nutrient but may contain other nutrients as well. For example, meat is a rich source of protein but is also contain fats, vitamins and minerals. Let's discuss about first carbohydrates. Carbohydrates provide food and are the main source of energy for the body. They are organic compound of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen in a wide variety of combination. There are 2 major types of carbohydrates in food, that is sugar and other is starch. The most important role of carbohydrates is to provide energy for muscles, contractions and for the functioning of nerve and the brain cells. Liver and muscles are the places of store for carbohydrates. Our energy varies with age, occupation and physiological state. All the carbohydrates during the process of digestion are broken down into simpler form known as glucose. All carbohydrates during the process of digestion are broken down into the simplest form known as glucose. This glucose is oxidized during respiration to release energy in a slow and stepwise process, which occurs with the help of enzymes. The energy of the food is measured in calories or kJ, which means kilojoules. See these equations. Glucose plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide plus water plus energy in our body cells. This is called oxidation of food. It occurs during the cellular respiration. Sources of carbohydrates. Some common sources of carbohydrates in our diet are rice, wheat, potatoes, sweet potatoes, sugar, ginger, bread and biscuits. Fruits like banana, mangoes and melons also contain carbohydrate. Next one is fats. Fats form an important part of our diet. Fats also provide energy, in fact a little more energy as compared to carbohydrates. Fats are used to store energy in our body. Sources of eatable animals, fats are cod liver oil, butter or ghee, cheese, etc. Fats are obtained from milk, meat and under the skin of animals. Sources of edible plants, fats are peanuts, soya bean, sunflower, sesame, coconut, olive and vegetable oils. The presence of the fats can also be detected with the help of a simple test. Let's see an extra mile. Fats are of 2 types, good fat and bad fat. Good fat helps body to fight cancer and provide us energy. Bad fat deposit in body and cause heart problems. Third one is proteins. Proteins are necessary to help the body grow and be strong. They help repair and damages in the body. Proteins are made up of amino acids. Amino acids are made up of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur and phosphorus. We need proteins from food like meat, eggs, fish, pulses and some dry fruits. Protein from animal products are called first class protein as they contain all the amino acids. Proteins from plants' products are called the amino acids. Protein form the major component of all living things. That is why proteins are an essential component of a diet. See this picture from which we get protein: meat, egg, pulses and fish. Fourth one is vitamin. Vitamins are needed in small amounts, yet they are very important for keeping our body healthy. There is a number of vitamins which our body needs, and each of these is found in different food items and has a specific role to play for the functioning of our body. Our body needs vitamin A, B, B complex, C, D, E and K. Vitamin B complex is a group of several vitamins such as B2, B6, B9 and B12. Since our body can make only 2 vitamins, example vitamin D and K, other vitamins must be present in our food. There are 2 classes of vitamins. These are as follows. Water soluble vitamins. Vitamin B and C are soluble in water. They are observed in the bloodstream and excess amount is thrown out of the body. These vitamins are not stored in the body. They need to be regularly supplied through food. Next one is fat soluble vitamin. Vitamin A, D, E and K are fat soluble vitamins. These are stored in the body fat and are used only when the body needs them. Milk, eggs, meat, fruits, vegetables and dry fruits are rich sources of vitamins. For best vitamin value, food should be eaten as fresh as possible. Different vitamins have different vital function in the body. This is shown in the table given below. Kinds of vitamins and functions. Vitamin A keeps skin and eyes healthy. Vitamin B group of vitamins help in the proper functioning of nerves and muscles. Vitamin C keeps blood vessels, teeth and gums healthy, heals cut and injuries, whereas vitamin D makes bones and teeth strong. Different food items and particular food and vegetable provide us with different vitamins. The following table given us the information. Kinds of vitamins and food items. Vitamin A, papaya, milk, mango, carrot. Vitamin B, green vegetables, eggs, milk, whole cereals. Vitamin C, orange, guava, tomato, amla, lemon, whereas vitamin D, milk, butter, egg and fish. See these pictures for better understanding. Next one is minerals. Just like vitamins, minerals are also protective food. They help our body to remain healthy. They are also required in small quantities. Like vitamins, some important minerals includes calcium, sodium, potassium, phosphorus, iron and iodine. Calcium and phosphorus are essential for the proper formation of bones and teeth. Milk, egg, cheese and pulses are rich in these 2 minerals. Let's see an extra meal. Iron is essential for the formation of hemoglobin, the red pigment present in the red blood cells. Green leafy vegetables, eggs, nuts, peas and liver are good source of iron. See these examples. Next component is fiber. The food we eat contains some of the nutrients in varying proportions. However, there is a component in food which cannot be digested. This is roughage or fiber. These help us digest our food and prevent constipation. We get fiber from foods like fruits and vegetables. Let's see an extra mile. Though fiber has no nutritive value, yet it is important in the process of digestion. Next component is water. Water constitutes almost 70% of the body weight. The water requirement of the body is met by drinking water and through other liquids. The food that we eat has water in it, though it may look dry. Water serves several important functions in our body. Let's see. It acts as a solvent in the body for thousands of substances. It helps in the transportation of digested food and oxygen throughout the body. It helps in excretion of soluble wastes. It regulates our body temperatures. It is an essential part of the blood and digestive juices. We should take about 2 to 3 liters of water every day. Activity. Aim: to show the presence of water in the food items. Materials: fresh fruit, lemon or orange, vegetable, potato, spinach, leaf or tomato, and a knife. Procedure: take a fresh fruit or vegetable, cut it into pieces and touch the pieces with your fingers. Observation: your fingers become numb. Inference: water is present in the food item. Next topic is balanced diet. Different food items contain different nutrients. To get all the nutrients that are necessary for our body, we have to eat a variety of food items. A diet that contains sufficient quantities of all nutrients that are required for proper growth and functioning of the body is called a balanced diet. The requirement of the nutrients differ from one individual to another. It depends on factors like age, gender, health conditions and level of activity of a person. For example, a laborer needs more carbohydrates and fats in comparison to a person doing routine office work. A growing child needs more protein than an old person. A teenager needs more energy than a baby. Undernutrition and malnutrition. Undernutrition. In the previous topic, you have learned that to stay healthy, we should take balanced diet in a required amount. If we take less than the required food, even if it is balanced, it will make us weak and sick. Such an unhealthy state of the body due to the intake of lesser quantity of food is called undernutrition. Undernutrition may be due to the following reasons. First one, due to poverty. Poor people quite often are not able to buy the required quantity of food. Therefore, they suffer from undernutrition. Next one is due to non-availability of food. Sometimes, due to reasons beyond the control of people, sufficient food might not be available. For example, during natural calamities such as flood, drought, etc., the food may be not available. For example, during natural calamities such as flood, drought, etc., the food may not be available. Malnutrition. Sometimes our diet may be lacking in one or more nutrients. In such a situation, even if we eat sufficient food, our body does not get the required nourishment. As a result, we may get weak or fall sick. Such a condition in which people become weak and sick due to lack of one or more nutrients in one's diet is termed as malnutrition. Thus, malnutrition may be either due to carelessness or lack of education. Both the undernutrition and malnutrition retard the growth and cause mental and physical disabilities in people of all age groups. The growing children are affected very badly by undernutrition and malnutrition. For example, if a child gets lesser carbohydrates and protein in his diet, he suffers from protein energy malnutrition, PEM. A child suffering from malnutrition falls sick quite often. A malnourished child does not need costly medicines or tonics. He should be given the required amount of balanced diet. Deficiency diseases. A disease caused due to lack of one or more nutrients in the diet is called deficiency disease or nutritional disorder. Diseases develop if the deficiency continues over a long period of time. Deficiency diseases cannot be transmitted from one person to another and can be prevented by eating a balanced diet. It must be understood that even excessive intake of food leads to health problems. Excessive intake of food is called overeating and it leads to a condition called obesity. This is a condition in which the body tends to gain weight and become fat. Obesity leads to problems of the heart, First, deficiency of carbohydrates. Absence of carbohydrates in a diet leads to weakness and tiredness. It causes physical and mental stress. A balanced intake of carbohydrate is must for a healthy person. Overeating carbohydrates, on the other hand, makes some people overweight and obese. These obese people have a high probability of suffering from other diseases such as heart problems and diabetes. Second is deficiency of protein. Protein are body building foods. Following symptoms appear if a person does not get enough protein in the diet. Stunted growth, swelling of face, diarrhea, discoloration of hair, skin problems, swollen abdomen or protruding belly. In children, deficiency of protein leads to severe malnutrition and disease like kwashiorkor and marasmus develop. Kwashiorkor, a disease which occurs in children due to protein deficiency. Marasmus is a disease which occurs due to the deficiency of proteins as well as carbohydrates in children. Third, deficiency of vitamins. Important vitamins are diseases caused due to their deficiencies. Vitamin and deficiency disease. Vitamin A, night blindness, which is the inability to see in dim light. B, beriberi, skin diseases, retarded growth, anemia. Vitamin C, scurvy, which makes the gums swell up and bleed. Vitamin D, rickets, which affect children's bones, making them soft and bent. And vitamin K, excessive bleeding from wounds. Fourth, deficiency of fat. Like carbohydrates, fat also provide energy to the body. Fat gives more energy than carbohydrates on equal basis. Fats help in the synthesis of vitamin D and K in our body. Fats also help in keeping the skin and hair soft, so only a limited quantity of fats, oils should be taken in the diet. Deficiency of fat causes body weakness and loss of stamina. The excessive intake of fats oil is very harmful to our body. The excessive fats get deposited in the body tissues and cause obesity. Obesity leads to heart diseases and high blood pressure. Fifth, deficiency of minerals. Important minerals and diseases caused due to their deficiency. See this chart. Minerals, deficiency diseases. Iron, anemia. Calcium, stunted growth, rickets, excessive bleeding. Phosphorus, weakness, soft bones and brittle teeth. Sodium, muscular cramps. Potassium, muscle weakness, paralysis, weak nerve responsiveness. And last, iodine, goiter, mental retardation, stunted growth. So children, let's quick revise Reader's Digest. Food provides us energy to grow, protect us from diseases and help us to stay healthy. Carbohydrates are energy giving food. They consist of sugars and starch. Fat provide more energy than carbohydrates. Proteins are body building foods. They help in repair and growth of cells and tissues. Water is extremely important as our body contains 70% water. Fiber is essential for maintaining good digestive system. A balanced diet contains all nutrients in proper amount. Eating too much of food causes obesity. Okay children, we have done your chapter. It's time to take your leave. Thank you.